Hello, this is a Platinum 2 VOD review, and the post on this one mentions that they had just not been able to get into Diamond this season, so they were looking for tips, and we got a 6v6 game. I got baited. I was following the other Orisa for a minute before I realized. But yeah, you're going to go Orisa after this first life, which is you just getting or speared off, but that's fine because you didn't have any information yet that they were doing that, but people love their environmental kills. And spear spin for the speed, that's good. I like how you got the pick, and I also like how you backed up after getting the pick, so they couldn't just trade you back, so that was good. Good play. And that's fine, she just has bad positioning. If you had spear, then that can be your shutdown on Hog, but you didn't, so. And that's fine, you don't have to peek this much. I know it's a small thing, but Orisas who get their gold forced early are really easy to kill. So the difference between a higher level Orisa and maybe a Plat one is that they just shoot, they poke, they get back into cover. You have even less healing now. You have Lucio Mercy as your supports, and one of them's dead. So just be really disciplined, and if they really want to come into you guys, then you use Fortify. So it's just huge on Orisa. Because, see, you just straight up run away now that you don't have it, so I guess you realize you were vulnerable, but this is completely unearned by them. They just have to shoot you a few times, and then they get to walk in for free. And you could have milked at least 20% more progress if you were just here living, supporting your Ram, keeping these guys pressured so they can't just comfortably aim. At the very worst, you get 20% more objective. You might also just wait, your Mercy's coming back, you might get a fight and win, so that is sort of the bad Fortify snowballing into a bunch of other stuff. And 2 down, if the Lucio feeds, you can try for this, but otherwise just get out. And feel safer. We heard the soldier up here. If you don't think you can brute force this, you can also just take one of the sides is basically what I'm saying. Either this side or get the soldier out, because he's going to be a problem if he's set up on one of the flanks. And we do. And that's good. The only thing I would have to say, if someone does something that dumb, he's dead. Like, don't look backwards and let them all shoot you. Just focus on these people. That guy's just feeding. Don't make him a distraction and actually make him a valuable feeder, because it made you all turn around. But okay, though they got double pulled. I was wondering why they didn't just get pulled here. But Orisa ultimate can be a bit of a bait, because you think you're going to get people, but it takes 3 seconds to charge, and they can, even through Fortify, 3 people can burn you down if you're out of line of sight of your healers. But this is going to work because it was a pull into a pull, which is hilarious. But just be careful on going for those spear-in plays, because they're not as deadly as you think they are. You can actually... They get 3 seconds before they actually can die from you charging it, but... Like that, yeah. But good job.
Here they come.
And just limit how much poke damage you take from Soldier, because it's not like you have actual healers. But yeah, we're safe. We're in the good corner. Your Bastion gets picked just because he's dumb. That's fine. Yeah, and I think you did, well, you were taking damage from both sides, so I think you didn't have to peek this. Your Ram was, you thought your Ram had main and he didn't, but it was probably just be more patient when you're on the corner here as well. Don't wide peek. I know it's strong instinct, but as soon as you miss that spear, it's like, okay, I'll just go back to my corner and limit how much chip damage I take because you're a 6v6 tank without healers, so you kind of have to maybe play this differently than you would, especially 5v5 or a game where you have better healers. Yeah, and I don't know. The safer thing to do is maybe just hide here even. You kind of just went out into the open. But oh, did we get res? And that Orisa used their gold early. Okay, our team's not here, but if they were, this is when you would really push this Orisa. Well, now you used your gold early, so. And if you want, you can spear spin through here. Basically just get here for free. Roadhog uses hooks, so you can take control of one of the sides now. And once you get him out, then you can shoot the hog in the side, and that opens up these choke points for your team, so that's sort of how you can get through here. And that's just really sloppy. You got you don't want to have a long range fight with the soldier. You want to just play cover, get healed, spear spin for the speed, and basically get here for free is what you could have done. Or if he's too far away now, just get healed. Then you can go in with fortify, but don't just stand there and have a long range trade with this soldier, because you don't have the supports for it again. So. Yeah, so a positioning mistake that forced an early gold, so we're not going to push up anytime soon unless our team does it for us. Yeah, just sloppy on how much damage you're taking without actually making a play. You're kind of just having a 1v1 in his favor. Because Soldier, you got a head the size of the moon, so if you stand there, he'll hit it every shot, but... And same thing, your goal was going to run out, so I would just recommend keep going. Get out or keep going. Don't let your gold expire and you just be here. So, a little indecisive.
Face justice, vigilante.
I don't know if Hog, I haven't seen Hook. Alright, sorry, it's bugging me. I have to know. Yeah, he had it. Okay. Well, I guess he was just being nice, but... And that's fine. I think they were still low. I might have done a pull, just because Lucio's ult will wear off in 3 seconds, and you're pulling them in for 3 seconds. So I think you had a chance to ult here. You might get him anyway, but... Yeah, and Spear spins sooner. You just gotta... You're really fragile in 6v6 tank, but... So, if 2 people are looking at you, Spear spin. You just gotta be really disciplined. And you tried to back up for healing. There really isn't any, but the good attempt. And Soldier just got both of you guys, so...
This ends now.
Okay, we got a res, but I don't know what you can really do. But yeah, you had to be on point there is basically what I meant to say. So that's all you could do. We'll go the next round.
Don't lose hope. Not all is lost.
We're coming up, and usually people do want to take control of the Mega Health Pack because it gives you both of these entrances. If they're not fully set up on here, the first fight usually does end up being around here. Just, I don't want your team to get run over because you're basically flanking, but... And yeah, just make a decision, go for one of the sides.
Not so fast.
Okay, and I was going to say, you could even try and go around and be cheeky and spear him back into your team. So he has a lower chance of actually getting out, but I think they've just fully flanked you guys on both sides at this point. And that was a better fortify. You were actually taking damage, and they were coming in, so...
Is now active.
Okay, I think a little more indecisiveness. This soldier is just going to be a problem until you force him out. The more you stand here, the more he's going to just do chip damage, which is a big deal when your supports are mercy. So I think you should have just cleared out the soldier there, but... And just play safe, play to live. You don't have your abilities, and 230 health, you're basically a squishy now, so don't even fight this Ana. And go for the Lucio. I wanted to see you sort of maybe get out, but if you're in, the Lucio is at least your chance to get a spear combo on him and turn the fight, so... And yeah, just too much focus on the Orisa because I think they still have their... No, they used it, sorry, but it's still their full health, so it's not a good target. Yeah, and we just kind of got stuck on point and poked from all different angles there, but which is why I wanted you to make a decision to clear the soldier or just play safe on the behind the pillar or duck out here, just because I didn't want to let you get surrounded. But Orisa used gold, so this is our chance to pressure him. Oh, well, they ulted, now we gotta kite it, but... And that's just a bunch of ults, so... If you can hear the hog, sometimes it's good to just ping him, or you can go for the spear interrupt, but... Honestly, there was so many footsteps from it being 6v6, I didn't really hear the hog, but...
Oh, you want to hear this?
But you don't need to, I don't know if you're AFK or angry typing, but they use 2 strong ults, that's fine. Okay, and I see this, and probably just clear out the soldier again, take the Mega Health Pack room. Or they're set up here, you can try and just avoid these guys, make sure, do a little damage so he doesn't just camp, and then you can go for the long rotate and ult these guys. Is one of the two is how I'd play it. I don't want to see you get stuck in the middle again. And Sloppy, if you want to commit to him, you need to use Spear Spin earlier. You just took 200 damage, and you've got Mercy and Zen. Oh, Mercy Lucio to Mercy Zen. They're just so generous. But you got to be more disciplined with the abilities. You can't just take Soldier Poke like this. You need to use cover or use Spear Spin and rush this guy down, because you'll get here without taking any damage. So this is just sort of more sloppy ability usage. Okay, now we're using it, but... And it was a fine play. I mean, he would have died if you hit your shot, so. And more, more shit from these guys. Oh my god. And yeah, 2-on-1, you don't even fight these guys. Just go point, because that's where your team is, or go for the sojourn. If the 2 tanks want to flank, crush the rest of their team. That was a good play. A little more missed shots. That's just unfortunate, but. And at this point, the hogs flank so much. I'd be looking for him at this point. You just gotta be checking your flanks a little more because of how they're playing. So.
Cheers, love. It's time to save the world.
Oh, I forgot. There's usually people, if you can go 2 tanks, you do, but I have no freaking idea how to play tracers, so. Well, you're flanking, but Ana has that dumb perk. Man, I guess if you did it to touch, that's fine. But I think the main points were maybe just probably sloppy ability usage, taking too much spam damage, using gold early, getting stuck in the middle and not just committing to taking one of the flanks. Is probably the main things. But other than that, if you know you have one of those dumb like flank hogs, after a few times you just gotta adjust to it more. Maybe take more looks back or where your team is. It's always good to look back where your team is, but you know that their hog just isn't respecting anyone. So if you spear him a few times and ping him and he feeds, then eventually his team will yell at him and he'll stop. But if it's gonna keep working, he's gonna look like a genius. So. That's probably the other thing, but good luck on the 6v6 tanking.